Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Todd, Southern Sipper, coming to you again from the patio in the backyard here in Lower Alabama. It's been a little bit since I've been able to make a video. It was just a hectic week last week. You know, it's that time of year. Well, actually, that time of year's coming and gone for me as far as work goes. We finally made that fall transition. You know, from summer, fall, and then, you know, into our wintertime affairs. So my life, starting today, just gets so much easier till, you know, the end of February, early March. Man, I'm really looking forward, maybe even a couple of days off at some point here in the near future. And Mrs. Sipper, she's gone with her family off to Pennsylvania for a few days, so me and the rescue Sipper are flying solo this week, or the remainder of the week. She left Wednesday. She'll be back Wednesday. Now I'm going to look around a little bit. Rescue is floating around back here in the backyard somewhere. I have to drag her. She tends to mope a little bit when Michelle's not here, but yeah, she'll be all right. We get along fine, and I get to take her to work a little bit. She loves to go to work, so, you know, it's all good. I want to give you guys a quick update on, you know, what we got coming up on the channel. I do have 2 new Delta 9 products coming. One of them I have in hand. I'm going to sit down and do that review tomorrow, but like I've told you guys in the past, when it comes to Delta 9 stuff, I kind of have to reserve an evening for it because it just wrecks me it just knocks me out, man. And I really I like to be in the mood for it, if you understand what I mean. And I've got another gummy type product coming up. I'm looking forward to getting that review done for you. It's not here yet, it's on the way. I finally reached a point also with this stuff that I finally had to start buying some things. There's Rescue back there creeping along the back fence back there. You know, ran out of all the stuff everybody was sending me, so I had to do a little shopping. Still got some more shopping to do if I'm going to keep that kind of content going. You know, but this week was just a little bit crazy. It was fun. Monday night we had a little get together with some of the folks at work, so, you know, no review then. And of course, Tuesday night was Halloween. You know, had to hand out candy to all the kiddos. That's always fun. We get a bunch here where I live, and my wife gets super excited about it. So, you know, there's all that stuff. But all right, so that's where things have been and what's coming up. So, hey, Pooch. So what we got today is Oyster City, Tate's Helles. It is a Helles German style, brewed with all German malts and all German hops. It's 5% ABV, brewed by Oyster City Brewing. Now, Oyster City, I've said this before, they started off it down in Apalachicola, but there's an Oyster City Brewing right here. They got a brewery here in town. Now, don't ask me if they're brewing it here or if they're brewing it back in Apalachicola or even somewhere else, because they're part of that whole you know, made by the water group that involves multiple breweries. I really like having them right here because they keep a nice, you know, variety of beers on tap. Some of the locals, you know, they'll get sour heavy or IPA heavy, and, you know, I never know what the hell kind of mood I'm in when I go. Now, this particular beer was brewed in April of this year, which is certainly fresher than that one from Cigar City. That damn thing from Cigar City I did the other day, that thing was 1.5 years old. Helles, as I was looking up the info on this, I guess it means pale or bright or something like that to us, you know, English speakers. I'm just watching the dog. She needed to come out. She's been cooped up. I had to work this morning. She's been cooped up, and then she doesn't want to come out. Like she's just mopey. Now this is a beer I'm familiar with. I've had it at the brewery a lot lately, and so I just thought I'd get it to review. I really enjoy this beer a lot. Yeah, it's really biscuity, bready, and yeasty. It doesn't have that usual lagery mustiness at all. It just smells fruity and bready. It just smells. This is a really good nose on this beer. It's just great. It's really mildly hot. It's lightly hopped. It's malty, and it's got a little bit of a yogurty twang. This is when my, me being a bit of a Neanderthal comes out, and my palate is not the most sensitive thing in the world. I don't know how else to explain it to you, but it's a little bit bright. It might even be a toast citrusy, or if it is, it's going to be like a nice, really ripe satsuma, or really nicely ripe orange. With that, it's crackery, and a lot of the flavor matches the nose. It's bready, and it's got a little bit of caramel action going on. The malts are really forward. And the hops are just on the background. This thing is so easy to drink, and it's so sessionable at being at 5%, that this is the kind of beer that you can sit down and with friends, and where you don't have to even think about what you're doing. You just sit down and knock back a bunch, and this thing goes down super easy, and it's not heavy. That's how you know it's good right there, boys and girls. It just really drinks really friendly and approachable. I went up and helped a buddy of mine. We're all idiots because we live in these 100-year-old houses, and it takes a certain mentality. And it's probably not a good one, to be honest with you, to deal with these things, and either you got to have the budget, or you got to have the skill set to handle it, man, because it can be fun, but it's a challenge, and I love it. It's something I've always wanted to do. I never did do until I bought this place. I always had nicer, newer construction, but when my wife and I packed it up from South Carolina and came back, we were struggling, to figure out where. This is a city that I grew up in, but I couldn't figure out where in the city I wanted to be. And as the story goes, my mom, we lived with my mom. Those videos are still floating around on the channel. You can figure it out. For a while, when we came back till we got things settled in, and she was in a position at that time where she kind of needed the help anyway. It all just kind of worked out. Sometimes these things happen. But this is a big Mardi Gras town, and it was during COVID, so there weren't any parades. And the part of town I'm living in was doing a thing called Yardy Gras, where they were putting up humongous yard decorations, and a lot of them were huge parts of floats. Because if you don't know, the floats are broken down every year and rebuilt, because they change the themes of the parades and all that sort of thing. So a lot of the yards in this part of town were doing this Yardy Gras thing, and she wanted to get out and ride around and look at it, which was perfectly fine with my wife and I, because we didn't have anything else to do. And we kept riding around looking at it, and everybody's out and about on the front porch, and there's whole streets with Italian lights, going from the house out to the oak trees out by the street and all that. And we just decided right then we thought we'd like to be a part of that. And you know, these old places, yeah, they just have, you know, a certain charm, you know, and certain idiosyncrasies that go along with it, you know. So, but we knew what to expect, and it's nothing that goes on in these places that I can't take care of. So, you know, we kind of made that decision that night where we were going to live, and love it here. I mean, certainly nothing new to me, you know, as far as the city goes, but living in this part of it, it's a new experience, and it's fantastic. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, man, that's how you know these things are good. And you know, this is kind of like, it's almost like Mayberry, you know. We've only been here about a year and a half. Know everybody now. You sit on the front, they built it front porch type community where, you know, you sit out there and you have beverages, whether it's coffee or you know, wine or beer or whatnot in the afternoon, and you meet everybody because everybody's out walking the dogs, taking the kids out. You know, we get together. It's just great down here. But anywho, that's enough of me rambling on about the damn neighborhood. Let's get back to the business of this delicious American-made lager. You could almost compare it a bit to a Yingling, but this is richer and a bit deeper in flavor and profiles. So suffice it to say that this is one of those, if you see it, you know, I don't know their distribution, honest to God. I know it, they cover Southeast United States. I don't know if you're going to get much further outside of that or not, but if you see it, you can't go wrong. I mean, you're certainly not going to dislike it. I'll go out on a limb and say that much about it. I really like this. This is one that you know, I'll always keep in the rotation, and that's a pretty short list for me of late. But what have you got? Oh, it's a fresh new acorn. This dog loves freaking acorns. She doesn't eat them. She just likes to toss them around and crumb them up and then go find another one. Dog's got, I tell you what, I don't know what planet that dog is from. She's a great little dog and she's a lot of fun, but man, oh man, she's a bit of a strange one. But all that being said, and me going on and on about nothing, so we're going to wrap this one up. I'll just throw a quick reminder. I do have at least 2 Delta 9 videos coming up in the next, it's just here in the next couple, 3-4 days maybe. And oh, good grief. And I got some more shopping to do. I'm going to hit up I ordered some stuff, and then I'm going to hit up the local shops too and try to keep this thing going. I'm still a bit surprised at how much I enjoy first reviewing those products, and B, just enjoy the products in general. So I hope everybody's weekend is as nice as mine is starting off to be. So please like, subscribe. Good God, can you believe it? I made this damn thing almost into 13 or 14 minutes. Please like and subscribe. Always leave comments, and please enjoy your adult malted beverages responsibly.